Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle. I'm your host Santiago, and today we're in my mother-in-law's crib. So in case you're wondering why the kitchen looks different, that's because it's not my kitchen, okay? It's my mom-in-law's. So I'm going to share a real simple recipe with you guys. It doesn't require any fancy equipment, okay? So I'm calling these Red Bell Canoes, because I think these little guys look like canoes once we stuff them with some goodness. Alright, so this is real simple, and I'm going to show you what you're going to need first, which are 2 avocados, a bell pepper, red bell pepper. You want preferably a lime. We don't have one, so we're just going to have to use a lemon instead. Some cilantro, some diced up, cut up red onions, a jalapeno pepper, and some romaine lettuce, and we have also a little bit of tomatoes. The tomatoes is up to you. These just happen to be some Sun Golds, I think. They're a different brand. I don't think they're Sun Golds. But also you're going to need some cold pressed olive oil and some Himalayan salt. So what I'm going to do first is just open up one of these avocados. Alright, so what I did was I cut up my avocados and I diced them up a little bit, threw them in a bowl. That makes it easier for me to work with it, because all I'm going to do now is take my fork and just smush them around. Now this works only if the avocado is ripe, so make sure that when you get your avocados that if you plan on using them that day or making something that day, that you get avocados that are ripe. And if not, then plan out to put your avocados out on your counters, and then wait a couple days, and then when it has that give to it, you'll press it and you can feel that it's got some softness to it. Because if you try to do this to an avocado that's not ripe, it's not gonna mesh up as nicely. You're gonna have a hard time getting it to the right consistency. So just see what I'm doing here? Real fast and easy, alright? Alright, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put my my red onions in here. And this is basically just, I'm just eyeballing this, but what I have here is probably like a tablespoon and a half or so. I'm just going to mix that in there. Because the red onions, man, I'm telling you, a lot of recipes you'll see the red onions in there, because it really has a flavor that really just pops out. Now it's going to add some Himalayan salt on it. That's about a few turns. And see what I'm doing? Just mixing it all up so all the flavors get mixed in there. And then what I'm going to do is, next I'm going to take my cilantro, and preferably you want to use fresh cilantro with this. And you just want to cut them up as thin as you can. And then when you do this, try to make sure you de-stem them. Some of these have long stems on them, and you don't want that when you're using it in a fresh dish. So really important that you take those stems off. So I think that's okay. Let me just do a little more. Okay, and then I'm going to just go ahead and pick this up and eyeball this. Well, like my man Emerald will say, because I used to watch, oh man, I'm a big fan of the Food Network, and back in my cooking days, I used to watch that stuff like it was going out of style, and I used to be like, oh, my man Emerald, BAM! Just like that. I used to love that stuff, man. So I still watch my Food Network shows. I just love, some of the dishes that they prepare, and I get a lot of the ideas that I inspire to do in a raw transformation. So, just because they're cooking something that's, cooked with whatever, that doesn't mean you can't get ideas from that. So for me, I still enjoy, watching that energy, watching that creativity in those shows, because they just have that. It's about the love. It's about the energy that they're sharing with food, because food is it's about It's about the love, baby. That's all it is. Alright, so I think I'm done with that. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit of the lemon on there. And like I said, preferably you want to do the lime. Now, if you want to use one of these to spice up your life, this is what you want right here. Some jalapenos will get it going for you. And I'm just going to slice these up a little bit. I'm not going to do too much. I just want to show you guys real quick how to get it done. Now you can use a cutter, you know, one of those machines, and throw it all in there, kind of do it real quick like that, but I don't have all that stuff with me because I'm not in my realm of my kitchen, so I'm just going to throw that stuff in there. Alright, so that's pretty much it as far as the guacamole goes. Now what we're going to do is just put that aside. Then we're going to go ahead and move on to the red bell peppers. And what you want to do is, on the red bells, see how it has that shape? It's because that's my clock. Actually, it's not my clock. It's my mother-in-law's clock. Every hour, I keep thinking there's a bird flying around in his house. But
our son thinks those things make the noise.
Yeah, yeah. It cracks me up. Every time that thing goes off, he'll be, bird, bird, bird. Like, nope, it's not the bird, it's the clock. Alright, getting on point here. What you want to do is you want to cut around these seams on the bell pepper. So that's all you want to do is, and just be a little careful as you can. Let me just be using my other knife. And then you want to pop it out just like that. Alright, so we're back, and what I did was I cut off the white edges because it has that bitterness to it. So you want to, you know, cut off all the whiteness on the edges there, and it just makes it taste a lot better. So now all I'm going to do now is just going to put a little bit of olive oil. Now I have to be careful with this specific olive oil because it doesn't have it kind of comes out quick, so I have to be really careful with that. I'm just going to put a little bit on there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it around just like that. You don't want to put too much on there. You don't need a whole lot. That's all you're doing. Alright, and then next we go on to the good part, which is we're going to take our lettuce, and you can also use spinach if you want to, okay, and just kind of cram it in there as best you can. Alright, then you're going to take your guacamole and just kind of sit it in there a little bit, just like that. And then I'm going to take some tomatoes, just kind of plop it on top. And that's it, buddy. Anybody want to go for a canoe ride? Here's your ride. Let's go. Alright, let me go ahead and give this a little taste. Oh, man. That flavor is all right there. It's so fresh. And the avocado is nice because, you know, it's a good filler. You know, sometimes you know, some of the other vegetables, you know, aren't as filling. So an avocado is a nice choice to keep you filled. Yes, it has, you know, a little bit more fat in it, but it's good fat, so not to worry about it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see y'all next time on Raw Food Muscle.
¡Hey! Que se me quitó el pique. Ahora el pique por la olla. Me paran la cuenta, cogiendo prestado. Se venció la renta, hoy desbaratado. Llegó la banda que le arranca la barriga al cielo.